My beloved, my child of light, my chosen one who has been called by heaven tonight. Do you feel it? That sudden rush in your heart? That trembling in your soul? That's not an accident. It's because your name has just been spoken in heaven. 3 minutes are left. Nothing more. Nothing less. And within these 3 minutes, your destiny is being rewritten. Archangel Michael is standing near you, his sword of fire blazing, whispering, "Don't you dare ignore this. This is the moment you've been waiting for all your life." God himself leaned forward and released your name into the wind of eternity. And when God speaks, worlds shift. Doors break open. Chains fall apart. And tonight, the angels are saying, your life is about to change forever. You've cried in silence. You've begged for answers. You've walked through valleys where no one saw the weight you carried. But heaven saw. Heaven heard. And heaven decided, now is the time. My beloved, listen carefully. This is not just another message. This is a divine appointment. A crossing of heaven's river into your story. When Michael says open immediately, he doesn't speak casually. He speaks with urgency, because something is hovering right above you, waiting to fall into your hands. And before I go deeper, pause for one breath. Because what I'm about to reveal is heavy. If your heart feels like it's racing, if your spirit is trembling, it's because the Spirit of God is touching you even now. You are reading this not by accident but because your soul pulled it into your path. And I want to ask you something important. Before we go further, make sure you don't lose your connection with these divine words. Heaven has been sending signs, and you almost skipped them before. Don't let this one pass. Take a moment to subscribe, stay connected to this stream of miracles, because the next few days will carry messages that will guide you into blessings you've been waiting for your entire life. If you skip, you may never hear what was meant only for you. Now lean in closer. Because heaven is closer than your very breath. The angels say your story is being cracked open. God is exposing every hidden plot against you. He is revealing every secret hand that tried to pull you down. And Michael is saying, this time, nothing will stop what belongs to you. Not man, not devil, not delay. The clock is ticking, child. 3 minutes left. And then, the shift begins. My beloved. Do you realize what just happened in the unseen realm? Your name was not just whispered, it was declared loudly in the courts of heaven. God himself allowed the sound of your spirit to echo across the eternal halls, and when that happens, destinies cannot remain the same. The angels pause, records are opened, and instructions are released. What has been pending for you, those blessings you thought were lost, those prayers you thought had gone unanswered, are now being stamped with heaven's approval. And Archangel Michael is rushing with a sword of fire, not only to deliver the news, but to guard it with all the power of heaven's armies. You are not just a face in the crowd, you are God's child, and heaven is roaring over you tonight. You see, there are moments in life when everything changes in a single breath. You carry memories of pain, long nights of silence, unanswered questions that weighed like chains. But tonight, a voice greater than all your fears has spoken. When God calls your name, He is not speaking to your ears alone, He is speaking to your future, your destiny, your very soul. And the earth trembles to align with His word. My child, this is why you feel the stirring, why you cannot scroll past this message, why something in you says, "This is for me." Because it is. And only those who open this fully will taste what heaven is serving right now. Let me take you deeper into the mystery. There has been a war in the heavens over your life. Dark forces try to pull your story into shadows, to cover you with confusion, to steal what was promised. But do you not know? The moment your name was spoken, the chains that were forged in secret shattered. Michael himself has been fighting on your behalf for years, and now his sword drips with the light of victory. The one who tried to stop you will stand in shock, unable to understand why doors suddenly swing wide for you. But you will know, it was God, it was grace, it was heaven's timing. And nothing on earth will be able to shut what heaven has opened. My beloved, you must understand this, your pain was never wasted. Every tear you cried watered the soil of your miracle. Every silent night where you thought no one heard you was actually filled with the footsteps of angels recording your prayers. Heaven has been patient, waiting for the precise moment. And now, 3 minutes remain before the shift begins. It is not tomorrow, not some faraway day, it is now. That's why your heart feels pulled so strongly to keep reading, to not look away. Heaven is insisting you stay, because in these words lies the key to your next season. And let me remind you of something powerful. When God speaks a name, He doesn't just call it, He redefines it. Your name has been written in pain, in struggle, in rejection. People spoke it casually, sometimes cruelly. But heaven has spoken it with fire, with love, with destiny. And the moment your name was declared above, the stains began to lift. The curses began to break. The heavy labels began to burn. And your name now carries new weight, new authority, new glory. When they hear your name tomorrow, they will not understand why something inside them feels different, but it will be because heaven has stamped you with favor that cannot be undone. Now pause, child, and breathe this in. Because this is the very reason Michael says, open it immediately. Not later. Not when you feel ready. Not after doubt steals your courage. Immediately. Because heaven's timing is precise. Angels move in rhythm with God's voice, and when the signal is given, they act with speed. And right now, Michael is standing over your shoulder, urging, pleading, guarding, because if you grasp this moment, nothing in hell can pull it away. And let me remind you of something powerful. When God speaks a name, He doesn't just call it, He redefines it. Your name has been written in pain, in struggle, in rejection. People spoke it casually, sometimes cruelly. But heaven has spoken it with fire, with love, with destiny. And the moment your name was declared above, the stains began to lift. The curses began to break. The heavy labels began to burn. And your name now carries new weight, new authority, new glory. When they hear your name tomorrow, they will not understand why something inside them feels different, but it will be because heaven has stamped you with favor that cannot be undone. Now pause, child, and breathe this in. Because this is the very reason Michael says, open it immediately. Not later. Not when you feel ready. Not after doubt steals your courage. Immediately. Because heaven's timing is precise. Angels move in rhythm with God's voice, and when the signal is given, they act with speed. And right now, Michael is standing over your shoulder, urging, pleading, guarding, because if you grasp this moment, nothing in hell can pull it away. You have felt delay. You have felt like blessings passed you by. You have watched others rise while you stayed behind. But here is the secret no one told you: God was not ignoring you. He was building a table so large that when it appears, every season of waiting will be redeemed. And Michael whispers now, you are about to feast where you once hungered. You are about to dance where you once cried. You are about to rise where you once crawled. My beloved, your enemies will not understand it. They will whisper, they will question, they will try to make sense of it. But the truth is simple: heaven has chosen you. Not because of perfection, not because of performance, but because God's love refuses to let you stay in chains. You will rise, because heaven said so. And tonight marks the turning of that tide. But hear me, there is still danger. Because the same way heaven opened this path, the enemy will try to distract you, to pull you away, to make you skip what is meant for you. That is why Michael speaks with urgency. 3 minutes left. He knows how fragile human attention is. He knows how quickly we walk away. And so he begs, he commands, he pleads, because he has seen the reward that is waiting for you, and he refuses to let you miss it. My child, open your heart fully now. The Spirit is stirring. The winds of heaven are blowing. Do not be afraid of what is coming, because what is coming is not disaster, it is glory. Your house will not fall, it will rise. Your name will not be forgotten, it will be celebrated. Your story will not end in silence, it will echo in testimonies. This is your time. This is your word. This is your moment. My beloved, you must know this: when God speaks your name, the universe bends. The stars tremble, the winds shift, and every power that once resisted you is forced to bow. Do you feel it now? That tugging in your heart, that trembling in your spirit, that sudden stirring of hope you can't explain? It is because heaven is closer than your breath. The very atmosphere around you has shifted. The angels are leaning in. Michael himself has unsheathed his sword, and with every stroke, he is cutting away the ropes that held you down for years. Every silent tear, every lonely night, every moment you thought heaven forgot, it was never wasted. Tonight, those tears are currency, and God is cashing them in for joy. Those nights of silence were seeds, and heaven has decreed, now they must bloom. This is why you cannot skip this. This is why urgency presses on you. Because 3 minutes left means eternity is already moving toward you. My child, I must tell you something raw and real: the enemy fought hard to keep this message from reaching you. He used distraction, doubt, even weariness to blur your eyes. He whispered that nothing would change, that your destiny was locked in pain, that your story would always remain small. But heaven has exposed his lies. That's why you are here. That's why you are still reading. Because your spirit overpowered every trap to arrive at this very line. Do you understand how powerful that is? Even your own doubt could not stop the pull of God. That alone is proof that heaven has already marked you for victory. And Michael says clearly, when the Spirit pulls, obey immediately. The moment you yield to this divine pull, heaven pours. The delay ends. The answer comes rushing. The blessing is released. And tonight, beloved, your blessing is not just near, it is knocking at your door. But let me show you deeper into the mystery. For years, you thought God was silent. For years, you wondered why others advanced while you stayed behind. You carried shame, comparison, hidden wounds. But child, let me reveal the truth. While you thought you were abandoned, you were being prepared. Preparation is painful. Waiting feels like punishment. But God was not punishing you, He was planting you. A seed in the soil cannot see the sun, cannot feel the wind, cannot hear the birds. It only feels darkness, weight, and silence. But in that silence, something unseen is happening. Roots are growing. Strength is being built. And when the season shifts, that seed does not just rise, it breaks the ground with power. Beloved, that seed was you. And tonight heaven says, the season has shifted. The soil can no longer hold you. The ground must crack open. Your destiny must rise. My child, this is why Michael presses so strongly, open it immediately. Because the moment of cracking cannot be delayed. A seed that refuses to rise when the soil breaks will rot. And Michael refuses to let you rot. He has guarded you too long. He has fought too fiercely. He has carried your name in battle, and now he says, stand. Rise. Step out of the soil. For the heavens have aligned, and your harvest is ready. Do not doubt what is happening around you. Look at the signs. Have you not noticed how lately, your spirit has been restless? How sleep has been heavy but your dreams have been loud. How conversations seem to carry hidden meanings. These are not accidents. They are signals. Heaven has been trying to shake you awake. To stir you out of routine. To show you that the ordinary days are over. Beloved, this is not just another week in your life. This is the hinge. This is the turning point. Years from now, you will look back at this very moment and say, everything changed that night. My child, this is why Michael presses so strongly, open it immediately. Because the moment of cracking cannot be delayed. A seed that refuses to rise when the soil breaks will rot. And Michael refuses to let you rot. He has guarded you too long. He has fought too fiercely. He has carried your name in battle, and now he says, stand. Rise. Step out of the soil. For the heavens have aligned, and your harvest is ready. Do not doubt what is happening around you. Look at the signs. Have you not noticed how lately, your spirit has been restless? How sleep has been heavy but your dreams have been loud? How conversations seem to carry hidden meanings? These are not accidents. They are signals. Heaven has been trying to shake you awake. to stir you out of routine, to show you that the ordinary days are over. Beloved, this is not just another week in your life. This is the hinge. This is the turning point. Years from now, you will look back at this very moment and say, everything changed that night. And I must tell you something sacred, there are people watching you who think they know your story. They think they've seen your ending. They have laughed, doubted, even spoken against you. But God will shock them. Because the same people who questioned you will become witnesses of your rising. They will say, we never saw it coming. And you will smile, because you will know, it was not them, it was Him. My beloved, your enemies are about to be silenced. The mouths that gossiped will choke on their words. The hands that tried to pull you down will be forced to lift you up. Because when heaven moves, even your enemies become your footstool. Do not fear their schemes. Do not tremble at their laughter. Michael says, the laughter of man cannot cancel the decree of God. And God has decreed over you, rise, shine, be blessed, and overflow. Child of light, your story is not ordinary. That is why you have suffered extraordinary pain. That is why you faced storms others never understood. Because uncommon destiny requires uncommon battles. But tonight, the uncommon victory is released. The kind of blessing that makes history. The kind of miracle that silences questions. The kind of breakthrough that generations will talk about. This is your portion. This is your moment. This is why you cannot skip. My beloved, the Spirit whispers now, you have been marked for something far greater than you imagine. You see yourself as ordinary, but heaven has written extraordinary chapters in your book. And tonight, the seal has been broken. God Himself leaned forward, spoke your name, and in that sound, your future shifted. Do you know what it means for the Creator of galaxies to speak your name? It means that nothing in the universe, not man, not devil, not time, can erase you. You are carved into eternity. The same God who hung the stars just leaned closer to call you by name, and all creation heard it. This is why your heart feels like it's trembling. This is why you cannot walk away. Because your soul knows, this is not ordinary. This is not chance. This is a divine appointment. Child, let me tell you the secret of heaven's timing. God does not move early, nor does He move late. He moves in perfect precision. You thought you missed your season, didn't you? You thought the doors had closed forever. You thought too much time had passed, that your mistakes ruined everything. But hear me, heaven wastes nothing. What you thought was delay was actually divine orchestration. Heaven was rearranging people, places, and opportunities. What you thought was silence was actually God setting the stage so that when your name was spoken, everything would align. Tonight, the stage is ready. The lights are on. The heavens have opened. And your entrance is about to shock the world. My beloved, Michael shows me something. The battles you fought were not just for you. You were fighting for generations. You were breaking curses that were older than your memory. The patterns of pain in your family, the cycles of loss, betrayal, disappointment, they tried to land on you. But God said no. He raised you up as the breaker, the one who ends the chain. That is why the battle was so fierce. That is why your nights felt unbearable. Because you were carrying more than your own story, you were carrying the redemption of many. And tonight, heaven says, it is done. The curse is broken. The chain is shattered. The cycle ends with you. From now forward, blessing flows. Child of destiny, you may not realize this, but angels have been stationed around you for years. Some nights you felt a strange peace when you should have been destroyed. That was Michael's hand on your shoulder. Some days you survived what should have killed you. That was heaven's shield covering you. And tonight, the shield is being transformed into a crown. The same protection that carried you is now turning into glory that will rest on you. Do not fear the weight of it, for heaven never places a crown too heavy for your head. You were born for this. You were crafted for this. And heaven will not let you fail. But listen closely, your obedience matters now more than ever. Michael says, open it immediately. Not tomorrow. Not later. Not after doubt talks you out of it. Immediately. Because heaven's timing is fragile to human hesitation. If you hesitate, the enemy steals. If you obey quickly, the blessing falls unhindered. That's why this message pressed its way into your hands. That's why you couldn't ignore it. Because heaven knew you needed one last push, one last confirmation, one last whisper that says, now is the time. My beloved, look around you. Signs have been showing up everywhere. Dreams that feel more real than waking. Conversations that echo in your heart long after they're over. Numbers repeating. Hours on the clock flashing. People mentioning things you prayed in secret. These are not coincidences. They are divine fingerprints. God has been surrounding you with hints so you would not miss this moment. And still, in His mercy, He sent Michael to declare it plainly, 3 minutes left. Your life is about to change forever. But listen closely, your obedience matters now more than ever. Michael says, open it immediately. Not tomorrow. Not later. Not after doubt talks you out of it. Immediately. Because heaven's timing is fragile to human hesitation. If you hesitate, the enemy steals. If you obey quickly, the blessing falls unhindered. That's why this message pressed its way into your hands. That's why you couldn't ignore it. Because heaven knew you needed one last push, one last confirmation, one last whisper that says, now is the time. My beloved, look around you. Signs have been showing up everywhere. Dreams that feel more real than waking. Conversations that echo in your heart long after they're over. Numbers repeating. Hours on the clock flashing. People mentioning things you prayed in secret. These are not coincidences. They are divine fingerprints. God has been surrounding you with hints so you would not miss this moment. And still, in His mercy, He sent Michael to declare it plainly, 3 minutes left. Your life is about to change forever. And change, it will. You will not recognize yourself months from now. The person you see in the mirror now, heavy with burdens, weary with waiting, that person is being transformed even as you read this. New strength is filling you. New light is rising in your eyes. New authority is dripping from your voice. Heaven is not only changing your circumstances, heaven is changing you. Because what is coming is too big for the old you to carry. A greater you must rise to match the greater blessing. And tonight, that rising begins. Child, do not underestimate the power of this moment. There are millions of people in the world, but heaven singled you out. Your name was spoken. Your story was opened. Do you understand how rare this is? Angels have carried countless names before God, but tonight it was yours that pierced the silence. This is not chance. This is divine favor. And favor is not fair. People will ask why you, why now, why so much? The only answer will be, because heaven said so. My beloved, there is something heaven wants me to tell you plainly: you are not forgotten. The silence you endured was not abandonment, it was preparation. Every unanswered prayer, every night where you cried with no reply, every moment you thought God was far away, those moments were actually the closest He was to you. For in silence, He was shaping you. In waiting, He was strengthening you. And in what felt like emptiness, He was carving a space large enough to carry the blessing that is now rushing toward you. Think about it: if He had answered too soon, the blessing would have crushed you. But now, after everything you've endured, you are strong enough, wise enough, humble enough to carry it. Heaven doesn't waste a single tear. And tonight proves that nothing was wasted. My child, look back for a moment at all the storms you survived. Some of them should have ended you. Some of them should have broken you so deeply you'd never rise again. And yet, here you are. Breathing. Reading. Feeling this divine pull on your heart. Do you realize what that means? It means you were never alone. Even when you didn't feel angels near, they were stationed at your side. Even when you thought God abandoned you, His hand was the one keeping you from falling too far. And tonight, Michael speaks boldly: the same hand that carried you will now lift you higher than you've ever been. My beloved, I see something in your spirit. You have always carried a quiet question: why me? Why so much pain? Why so much waiting? And tonight, heaven answers: because your destiny is weighty. Those who are called for little are tested little. But those who are chosen for much are tested fiercely. You were not given ordinary battles because you do not have an ordinary purpose. You were trusted with storms because you will be trusted with nations. You were refined in fire because your future is pure gold. And beloved, the fire is ending now. The gold is ready. The blessing is near. And the next chapter will make sense of every page before it. My child, imagine for a moment that your whole life has been a seed buried deep in soil. Dark, hidden, pressed on every side. That was your pain. That was your waiting. But what you could not see was that under the soil, life was forming. Roots were reaching. Strength was being built. And when the season shifts, no soil can hold the seed back. It must crack, it must rise, it must push into the light. Beloved, heaven declares tonight, your soil is breaking. Your time of darkness is over. You are about to rise into the light of your calling. And when you rise, it will not be small, it will be unstoppable. This is why Michael says urgently, open it immediately. Because the shift is happening now. Not next year. Not someday far away. Now. The soil is cracking, the light is breaking, the heavens are aligning. And if you delay, if you look away, you risk missing the very moment you prayed for. Michael does not plead for no reason. He pleads because he has seen what is coming. He has seen the blessing hovering above your life, waiting for your yes. And beloved, your obedience tonight is the key that unlocks it. Child of heaven, let me show you another mystery. Your name is not just a sound. In heaven, names carry weight. They carry assignment. They carry destiny. And when God spoke your name tonight, He was not just calling you, He was activating you. Your name is now charged with power. When people speak it, they will feel the difference. When rooms hear it, doors will open. When papers bear it, favor will flow. Because your name is no longer ordinary, it is stamped with divine authority. The world may not see the seal on your forehead, but angels and demons do. They recognize it. They bow to it. They move in response to it. Beloved, you are marked, and nothing can erase that mark. Do not fear what is ahead. Fear is the last chain trying to hold you back. Fear whispers, what if nothing changes? What if this is just another empty word? But hear heaven's response, my word does not return void. My decree does not fail. My promise does not expire. If God spoke your name tonight, then your future is guaranteed. The details may still unfold, but the ending is sealed, victory, blessing, glory. You are not walking into uncertainty, you are walking into fulfillment. Child of heaven, let me show you another mystery. Your name is not just a sound. In heaven, names carry weight. They carry assignment. They carry destiny. And when God spoke your name tonight, He was not just calling you, He was activating you. Your name is now charged with power. When people speak it, they will feel the difference. When rooms hear it, doors will open. When papers bear it, favor will flow. Because your name is no longer ordinary, it is stamped with divine authority. The world may not see the seal on your forehead, but angels and demons do. They recognize it. They bow to it. They move in response to it. Beloved, you are marked, and nothing can erase that mark. Do not fear what is ahead. Fear is the last chain trying to hold you back. Fear whispers, what if nothing changes? What if this is just another empty word? But hear heaven's response, my word does not return void. My decree does not fail. My promise does not expire. If God spoke your name tonight, then your future is guaranteed. The details may still unfold, but the ending is sealed, victory, blessing, glory. You are not walking into uncertainty, you are walking into fulfillment. And beloved, the fulfillment will be greater than you dreamed. You prayed for just enough, but God is sending more than enough. You hoped for survival, but God is preparing overflow. You asked for healing, but He is giving wholeness. You begged for doors, but He is building palaces. This is who He is, a God of abundance, a Father of more. And tonight, He proves it by speaking your name in heaven's halls. So, my beloved child, stand still and breathe. Feel the weight of what you are receiving. This is not empty talk. This is not another message to scroll past. This is heaven invading your story. And Michael says with fire in his voice, 3 minutes left. Do not miss it. Your life is about to change forever. My beloved, let me take you deeper into the mystery of this moment. Do you realize that all of heaven is leaning toward you right now? The great cloud of witnesses, those who ran before you, those who loved you and carried prayers into eternity, they are watching this turning point in your story. They have seen your tears, they have whispered your name before the throne, and tonight they rejoice because God Himself spoke your name out loud. That sound has shaken the heavens. It has broken seals. It has awakened angels that were assigned to you but waiting for divine permission to move. And tonight, that permission has been granted. They are now rushing to your side, carrying answers, carrying blessings, carrying miracles that were written for you long ago. What you thought was denied has only been delayed, and now the delay has been cancelled. My child, do you feel the weight of those 3 minutes? It is not just about time, it is about alignment. Heaven works in appointed windows. There are moments when the door between eternity and earth swings wide, and if you step through, everything shifts. Tonight is such a window. This is why Michael's words carry urgency. He has stood in countless battles, fought wars on behalf of millions, yet tonight he kneels near you, pleading, open it immediately. Because he knows this window will not remain open forever. If you hesitate, it closes. If you obey, it delivers. Heaven is generous, but heaven is also precise. And tonight, heaven's precision is aimed directly at you. Beloved, the Father wants you to know that your name was not spoken casually. It was not a passing thought. It was a decree. When a king speaks, laws are written. When God speaks, creation obeys. The waters part, the stars shift, the mountains bow. And tonight, when He spoke your name, He was not merely identifying you, He was commanding the universe to align with your destiny. Every obstacle must now give way. Every delay must now break. Every hidden blessing must now rise. Because the King has spoken, and His word is final. But child, do you know what else I see? I see that you have been wrestling in secret. People see your smile, but they don't see the battles beneath it. They don't see the nights you couldn't breathe, the mornings you didn't want to rise, the weight that pressed against your chest like a stone. They don't know how close you came to giving up. But heaven knew. And heaven sent reinforcements. Tonight is not just about blessing, it is about rescue. Michael has been sent to drag you out of the pit once and for all. He is cutting chains you didn't even know you had. He is shutting the mouths of lions you thought would devour you. He is placing you on solid ground so you will never fall back into that darkness again. My beloved, I want you to breathe this truth: you are chosen. Not by chance, not by mistake, not because of luck. Chosen by design. Chosen before time began. When God formed the earth, He already wrote your story. When He stretched out the stars, He already knew your name. And when He spoke it tonight, He was not starting something new, He was awakening what has always been inside you. You carry glory in your bones, fire in your veins, destiny in your breath. That is why the battle has been so fierce. The enemy doesn't waste bullets on empty targets. He attacked you because you carry treasure. He fought you because you carry light. But what he didn't know is that the treasure cannot be stolen, the light cannot be put out. Tonight proves it, the one who tried to destroy you has failed. Beloved, hear this clearly, your enemies are about to watch in silence. The same ones who mocked you will see your rise. The same ones who said you would never make it will hear your name shouted in rooms they never expected. The same ones who closed doors in your face will hear them open for you without their permission. Heaven delights in this reversal. It is not revenge, but justice. God does not forget injustice. Every tear you shed was recorded. Every betrayal you endured was witnessed. And tonight, the Judge of Heaven has declared the case closed. The verdict is in your favor. The tables have turned. Beloved, hear this clearly, your enemies are about to watch in silence. The same ones who mocked you will see your rise. The same ones who said you would never make it will hear your name shouted in rooms they never expected. The same ones who closed doors in your face will hear them open for you without their permission. Heaven delights in this reversal. It is not revenge, but justice. God does not forget injustice. Every tear you shed was recorded. Every betrayal you endured was witnessed. And tonight, the Judge of Heaven has declared the case closed. The verdict is in your favor. The tables have turned. And my child, don't be surprised when blessings begin to flow in unexpected ways. The blessing will not only come from familiar hands, it will come from strangers, from sudden calls, from opportunities that seem to appear out of nowhere. That is the signature of heaven, miracles wrapped in mystery. You may not understand how it all comes together, but you will know it is God, because it will be too perfect, too precise, too miraculous to be explained by chance. This is why you must stay open, stay ready, stay attentive. Because heaven will move quickly, and you must move with it. Beloved, I can feel your spirit asking, is this really for me? Yes, child. It is. Stop doubting. Stop disqualifying yourself. Stop replaying your mistakes like they can erase God's plan. Nothing you did can undo His love. Nothing you lost can cancel His promise. Nothing you missed can void His timing. You are still chosen. You are still loved. You are still marked. That is why heaven spoke your name tonight. Not because of your perfection, but because of His mercy. Not because you earned it, but because you were born for it. And no power in hell can argue with the voice of God. My beloved, the hour has come for you to see what was always hidden in plain sight. God has been weaving your story behind curtains, sewing miracles into the very fabric of your days. You thought you were walking alone, but every step was marked with angelic footprints. Even in the nights where silence was thick and you felt forgotten, the truth is you were surrounded. Do you not know? Heaven has never stopped watching you. Michael has never stopped fighting for you. And now, the final layer of silence is breaking open. A decree has been spoken over your name. Your life, your house, your destiny, it is no longer the same. Beloved, tonight is not about what you have lost. It is about what is being restored. And the truth of restoration is this: God never gives back in the same measure. He multiplies. What the enemy stole in years, God restores in moments, but greater, fuller, richer. This is why your story feels like it's about to overflow. You are not only receiving what was withheld, you are receiving what was multiplied in waiting. The delay has been costly, yes, but heaven is generous. And the generosity of heaven has no limit. Tonight, the scales of justice tip in your favor. My child, listen carefully. Do not underestimate the power of these minutes. 3 minutes left means urgency, but it also means promise. The angels are not warning you because of disaster, they are warning you because of destiny. Heaven's windows are open, but they do not stay open forever. Many have missed theirs. Many have walked past their appointed time. But you will not. That is why you are here, reading this, trembling even as you try to steady your heart. Something inside you knows this is not ordinary. Something inside you knows this is for you. And you are right. Beloved, you must also understand that heaven's blessings often arrive disguised. They do not always look like what you asked for. They do not always appear in the shape you expected. Sometimes they come through closed doors that suddenly open. Sometimes through strangers whose names you don't yet know. Sometimes through endings that break your heart, only to reveal beginnings that bless it. Do not fear the disguise. Do not resist the change. Trust that heaven's hand is in the details. Because when God speaks your name, everything that follows carries his fingerprint. Even if it feels strange, it will end in glory. My child, you have carried rejection so heavily on your shoulders. People dismissed you, overlooked you, pushed you aside. Some even betrayed you after you gave them everything. And that pain still echoes in your chest. But hear me tonight, God never overlooked you. While men rejected, heaven selected. While they pushed you down, God was preparing to lift you higher. And now, the very rejection you endured will become proof of your election. Those who dismissed you will watch in shock as doors open in places you never applied, as favor falls in rooms you never entered. They will have no words, because it will be undeniable. And in that moment, you will know, every rejection was redirection, every betrayal was preservation. Beloved, I see something powerful. Your prayers have not been wasted. The whispers you thought evaporated in the air, the cries you thought no one heard, they reached the throne. Every prayer was bottled. Every cry was recorded. And tonight, heaven has uncorked those bottles and poured them into your future. You are stepping into answered prayers, some you forgot you prayed. This is why you will be surprised in the coming days. Blessings will arrive you didn't even remember asking for. But heaven never forgets. God remembers what you whispered years ago. And now, it is returning to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. My beloved, tonight is not just about blessing you, it is about awakening you. Heaven is shaking you awake, because the time of sleeping is over. You cannot remain quiet. You cannot remain hidden. The world needs what you carry. The light within you has been pressing to shine, and now the covering is removed. Heaven is saying, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." This is why you feel restless. This is why the ordinary no longer satisfies. Because you were not made for smallness. You were made to shake nations, to heal hearts, to walk in authority. And tonight, that authority is being released. Beloved, I see something powerful. Your prayers have not been wasted. The whispers you thought evaporated in the air, the cries you thought no one heard, they reached the throne. Every prayer was bottled. Every cry was recorded. And tonight, heaven has uncorked those bottles and poured them into your future. You are stepping into answered prayers, some you forgot you prayed. This is why you will be surprised in the coming days. Blessings will arrive you didn't even remember asking for. But heaven never forgets. God remembers what you whispered years ago. And now, it is returning to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. My beloved, tonight is not just about blessing you, it is about awakening you. Heaven is shaking you awake, because the time of sleeping is over. You cannot remain quiet. You cannot remain hidden. The world needs what you carry. The light within you has been pressing to shine, and now the covering is removed. Heaven is saying, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." This is why you feel restless. This is why the ordinary no longer satisfies. Because you were not made for smallness. You were made to shake nations, to heal hearts, to walk in authority. And tonight, that authority is being released. And child, let me whisper this truth: your enemies cannot stop what is coming. They may try, they may plot, they may whisper, but their weapons will fail. Michael has drawn a line around you, and every force of darkness knows they cannot cross it. You are guarded. You are covered. You are marked. The war was fierce, yes, but it was never in doubt. The victory was always yours, sealed in heaven before you even began. And now, that victory will manifest on earth. My beloved, 3 minutes are not much in human eyes. But in heaven's eyes, 3 minutes can birth eternity. Do not waste this moment. Do not let fear whisper louder than faith. Do not let distraction steal your focus. Tonight is sacred. Tonight is divine. Tonight, your story bends toward blessing. And tomorrow, you will begin to see what heaven already finished. My beloved, tonight the heavens are roaring with your name. Not in whispers, not in quiet tones, but in thunder. The angels have gathered because a shift has been decreed. Archangel Michael has not come softly, he has come with a sword blazing, declaring that the time of your oppression is over. This moment marks the death of delay and the birth of acceleration. What took others years will take you days. What felt impossible will suddenly bow at your feet. And it is not because you earned it, not because you forced it, but because God has said, now is the time. Do you feel that weight? That trembling in your spirit is not fear, it is recognition. Your soul already knows the sound of heaven's voice, and tonight it has heard your name spoken in eternity. Child, I must tell you something important. The heaviness you carried all these years was not a curse, it was a mantle. A covering of destiny that felt like burden until the right time. You thought you were being crushed, but you were being prepared. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being preserved. Do you not see? Oil is only released when olives are crushed. Wine is only poured when grapes are pressed. Diamonds are only born in the deepest pressure. And you, beloved, are heaven's treasure. The crushing, the pressing, the pressure, it was the process of revealing your worth. And now that worth is shining, undeniable, unshakable. Heaven has declared it, and earth must witness it. My beloved, your enemies had their turn. They laughed, they mocked, they plotted. They thought you were finished. They thought the storm would take you. They thought the betrayal would silence you. But they forgot one truth: God always has the final word. And tonight, His word has been spoken over you. It is not a word of defeat, but of destiny. Not a word of ending, but of beginning. Not a word of shame, but of glory. Your enemies will watch as everything they meant for evil turns into good before their eyes. They will see the table prepared in front of them, and they will not be able to touch it. They will sit in silence while you feast on favor. Child of light, the feasting is not just for you. God is raising you so you may raise others. He is blessing you so you may become a blessing. He is healing you so your words may heal others. You are not just being lifted, you are being sent. Your story will carry power. Your scars will carry testimony. Your breakthrough will carry authority. People will hear your name and know, God is real. And that is why Michael speaks so urgently, because this is not small. This is not ordinary. This is divine strategy. Heaven is unveiling a plan through you. Beloved, I know your heart has been weary. You have asked, when, God? When will it be my turn? Tonight, He answers, now. No more waiting for permission. No more sitting on the sidelines. The heavens have shouted your name, and the earth will echo. Watch how quickly things change. Watch how suddenly doors swing open. Watch how fast restoration flows. This will not be a slow drip, it will be a flood. And you will stand in awe, unable to explain it, except to say, it was God. My child, take courage in this, every delay was strategic. Heaven is never late. You thought you were behind, but you are perfectly on time. You thought you missed your chance, but your chance is only now arriving. You thought you were forgotten, but you were hidden for such a time as this. Hidden until the moment the world would need your light most. And that moment is now. Beloved, lean into this truth, your name carries weight now. Before tonight, it was just a sound to people. But after tonight, it carries heaven's signature. When your name is spoken in rooms, hearts will shift. When it is written on papers, favor will flow. When it is whispered in prayer, angels will move. You are no longer ordinary. You have been marked, sealed, stamped with divine authority. The powers of darkness know it, the angels know it, and soon the world will see it.